This is William Patterson University Television.
The 23rd Olympic Games have officially concluded in Pyeongchang, South Korea. A beautiful ending ceremony, fireworks exploding in the air. Jessie Diggins representing the United States, chosen as the flag bearer in the closing ceremony. She and Keegan Randall taking home gold for team cross-country skiing. It's not only the first time the U.S. women have won gold in this event, but the first time they even got a medal. Team USA finished with a time of 15 minutes, 56.47 seconds, only 0.19 seconds ahead of Sweden. Here's Mateo Leon giving us more of a perspective on just how much this medal means considering funding was cut and there were no females selected just 13 years ago.
2005 was a low point for cross-country skiing in the United States. After a year of mediocrity for both the men and women, funding was cut and not a single woman was named to the U.S. ski team that year. After a surprising performance from the Americans at the 2006 Touring Games, funds were recommitted and that opened the door for Jessie Diggins and Keegan Randall. Within a year, Randall became the first American woman to stand on a World Cup podium. A year later, she collected her first medal, now gold, for her and Diggins, something that can once again open doors for the future women in this event.
A big accomplishment from them. They were not the only women celebrating for the U.S. The American women taking home gold in hockey for the first time in 20 years. They ended Canada's streak of 5 straight Olympic wins, and it was in the hands of America's twins, the Lamoureux twins. Let's get to the highlights. United States, Canada for the 4th time in the last 5 seasons. Second period, game tied 1-1. Marie-Philip Poulin puts Canada ahead for the first time in the game, 2-1. Third period, Canada still ahead. A long pass to Monique Lamoureux on the breakaway. Gets it past Zabadas for one of the biggest goals in U.S. women hockey history. Score stays tied through the period and the 20-minute overtime, so we head to shootout. Monique's twin, Jacqueline Lamoureux, with an unreal dangle. 3-2. Last chance Canada. Megan Augusta. 1-on-1. Maddie Rooney saves it, and the United States walks out of Pyeongchang with a gold medal. Its first since 1998. We welcome in our hockey insider Mike Riggi to tell us just how important this win is. February 22nd, 1980, the U.S. men upset the Soviets to end their streak of 4 straight gold medals. February 22nd, 2018, the U.S. women upset Canada to end their streak of 4 straight gold medals. How do these two games compare, Mike?
Well, these two games are both historic games. The U.S. women obviously beating Canada, but for the U.S. men back in 1980, there was more of a political tension. It was during the height of the Cold War. There was some of that. But the U.S. women, they had always come up second place. Last year was a nail-biter in that they could have won the game, but they had just missed the goal by just inches to win it. This was a redemption. Everyone throughout the entire tournament had been talking about how the U.S. women had come up short, so they wanted to make this stand and say, we wanted to win this year, and they ended up doing that in the shootout.
The women cakewalked their way into the gold medal game, a 5-0 blowout over Finland. Did the momentum from that game bleed into this game versus Canada and help them walk away with the upset?
Well, I feel like that momentum really helped them out. The Finland team was a very strong team. They were considered one of the top teams. They could have medaled. They could have medaled. Like could have medaled last year. They did well this year, but the U.S. women's team pulled off probably one of the best games of their tournament by not just beating them, by shutting Finland out. Finland had done really well in pool play up to that moment, and to win in such a strong fashion probably gave them the momentum to push on versus Canada.
These two teams have faced off in the finals 4 out of 5 times since women's hockey was added in 1998. Canada played very aggressive, a lot of no calls, but that's another topic. Will this rivalry come close to that of the U.S. and the Soviet Union?
I feel like it probably won't. U.S.-Canada has always been a rivalry, no matter what sport it is, NHL, Olympics, both winter and summer. It's always a rivalry, but for the U.S.-Soviet, that was more of a sports rivalry and also sort of like a political rivalry. So when the U.S. men's team won in 1980, that was more so an upset both politically and on the ice.
Thank you, Mike. That was Mike Riggi with hockey. Now we shift our focus towards Lindsey, one of the most decorated skiers in history. A devastating injury in the 2013 Women's Triple G World Championship saw her airlifted from the slopes, causing her to miss the 2014 Winter Olympics at Sochi. So this was her redemption year. It was a slow start for Vaughn, but it never affected her positivity. She tweeted, quote, "Frustrating to be so close to the podium and to have made such a big mistake. But that's ski racing. I'm proud of the way I skied and how I attacked the course. I gave it my all and came up short. That's life. Now it's on to the downhill," end quote. And oh, did she move on. She placed third in the downhill, taking home the bronze and her third ever Olympic medal. This adds to her already stellar resume, but these Olympic Games were special. Vaughn dedicated them to her #1 fan, her grandfather, who passed away just months earlier.
I chose to scatter his ashes here because I think it would mean a lot to him, and it meant a lot to me, and it was a big honor. And I have more ashes. I wear them in this locket, but yeah, he's always with me.
The United States swept the floor in snowboarding, taking home gold for men and women's slopestyle and men and women's halfpipe. Jamie Anderson took home her second career gold medal in slopestyle, along with a silver in big air. Shaun White took home gold in his third Olympic game, marking 18 gold medals between that and the X Games. But it was the 17-year-old Chloe Kim who won her first gold and was named to the cover of February's edition of Sports Illustrated. The U.S. finished fourth with 23 medals, including 9 golds, but it was Norway that stole the show with a staggering 39 medals, 14 of them being gold. Not as many medals for Germany, but when they won, they made it count, 14 golds, with Canada coming in third and the Netherlands coming in fourth. So with that, we head to Tokyo for the 2020 Summer Olympics. Opening ceremony is 29 months from now. Mark your calendar, July 24th. Don't go anywhere. March Madness Selection Sunday is in 2 days. The basketball crew breaks down the boom and bust for this year's bracket. We'll be right back.